Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the UglyMugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
Hey, and there we are.
Yeah. I figured out the best streamlined way to do it is just to mute that first and then cover over.
Yeah.
Oh.
I start talking.
Yeah.
I hear clicks and I go, oh, I'm on. So, right off the bat with a cheer. Thank you.
Thank you, Cross.
It's doing that weird thing again.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it does showcase it here that we got the 10 beds.
Yeah, no, I like the diamond.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
So, this week, if Barbosa joins it, that's when I will then turn the hat around. This week, I went full Godzilla. My Godzilla Tokyo. And my Godzilla
Mug.
I'm going with another K-Cup. This is Seattle Best Breakfast Blend. Cutting all that out in post.
Yeah.
We do no post.
We don't do no post no more.
We barely did post in the first place.
Yeah.
I've tried this one black. It's good. I can drink it black. I'm going to try it with cream and sugar now. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh. I mean, you've always liked Seattle's Best.
Yeah, Seattle's Best is pretty good.
Yeah.
I went light on the cream. It kind of got watery. So this may not be one that works well with cream. You did something weird. You did an abomination.
I did an abomination that actually tastes really good.
Do you remember the brand?
I do.
Okay.
So I got me a nice brisk iced tea, the strawberry melon flavor. It already has green tea in it. So what I did was, Quincy said, hey, we got some of these sample packs from Walmart. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. One of them was green tea. I immediately just was like, I'll take a quick whiff of it and then throw it in like a plastic bag. Smells like matcha. Straight up 100% matcha. And I was like, stuck it in there. So there's a Celestial Seasonings green tea, but it has as much caffeine as a cup of coffee. And I'm like, well, at least it'll keep me awake for the cast as well as keep me very well hydrated.
So that's one of their two new energies. They got 2 energies and they got 2 antioxidant, I think it was, or something like that. Maybe it was probiotic. They had 2 that were like, make you healthy, and they had 2 that were make you energized. So that's one of the 2 energy ones they have.
Yeah, I can taste it. I can taste it really good. Yay, it works. I didn't screw it up this time.
Woohoo! So weird that it comes in so late.
Well, it's if you stream for, I think, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and jump into the movies. The one thing we didn't pull up.
No! That's fine. I can do it real quick.
So last week was gay movie night. And actually, I was talking to my mom's boyfriend about the fact that we did gay movie night. And he says if we ever do another one, we need to watch Dallas Buyers Club, which I haven't seen yet. I know it's got Jared Leto in it. I've heard really good things, but I haven't seen it.
What was the first one? All right.
The first one was Philadelphia. Kind of brotherly love.
I think I spelled it wrong. I did. E-L. God dang it.
It's okay. I wouldn't know how to spell it anyways.
Philadelphia.
So we got Denzel Washington. We got Tom Hanks. We got Antonio Banderas.
I like this movie a lot.
You were into this.
I was so
into
into
it. You put your phone down.
I was gone. I can see the progression on how one person would have thought that, being gay immediately made you a problem, or having HIV immediately made you a problem. It hit both topics super hard.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it hit both the topics as hard as it did, and then was just like, that wasn't the reason why he was fired. The reason why he was fired was because his work was diminishing. And then it was like, but wait, he was still kind of screwed over. I kind of wanted a little bit of...
We as the viewer saw that his work wasn't diminishing, though, that he went and put that file on his desk. He was there at work at night.
Yeah.
And they made the file disappear.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, did they really?
We saw him put it on the desk.
Yes.
So,
but, I mean...
Someone moved the file.
Someone moved the file. So someone did try and screw him, but I kind of went under a little bit of resolution on that.
Yeah.
But it's fine. As far as...
It won the court case.
Storytelling.
Yeah. Hanks won an Oscar for this.
Mm-hmm.
And also on a countdown, I think it was the top 70 greatest mustaches in film history. Denzel's mustache from this made the list. If you scroll back up real quick, I do believe Ron. Oh no,
Oh,
go
sorry.
back.
Sorry.
Ron Vater. Vater.
Fotter.
I do believe he's the actor that actually had AIDS. And that's one of the reasons why the director put him in the movie. He's the one that goes up and speaks as to whether or not he knew Hanks's character had AIDS.
I knew.
And he almost wasn't in the movie because the insurance company refused to cover him. And so, what company? Paramount, I think it was, that did this. Was like, well, you can't get him covered. We're not going to do it. Not the movie, but like hiring him. And the director basically went, "We have a movie about a man being fired over AIDS, and you're going to tell a man he doesn't get a job because of it." And they went, "Shit." So, I've always loved the movie. This one's actually one of my mom's top ones. So I, grew up with this movie, watched this movie a lot.
Mm.
And it is interesting seeing how people reacted and thought about this kind of thing.
I mean, this was
back then.
What year? 93? And this was about that same exact time of the 90s and how HIV was slowly progressing into just the United States culture.
Yeah, and how we had ignored it for too long, so we still had all these like other thoughts on it. If you go back up the image right above the one you have selected, that one right there, to the left, that one, yeah. So actress here, I'm spacing on her name. She's from Back to the Future 3. She's Emmett Brown's lover.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Claire Clayton. So in the movie, there's a scene where she goes up and she says, "This case fucking sucks," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or "I hate this case," stuff like that. That actually, Mary Steinbergen. She had gone to the director telling him how much she hated her character and hated how her character was about, doing all this. And he went, "Put it in the movie. Show it to me." And that's why she did that line.
Mm.
So showing,
Sorry,
showing that, she's doing her job. Mm-hmm. She hates that she's doing her job.
Yeah.
But she's doing her job.
Yeah.
So at 93, 206.7 million. Let's look at the ratings. 91% from Google users, 7.7 out of 10 from IMDb, 66 from Meta, and an oddly low 80% from Rotten Tomatoes. I feel it deserves a good 90.
Hang on, let me see what users give it through Rotten. Let me see what's going on there. 89.
So it's about the 90%.
Yeah. Well,
that's a lot better.
I'll stick around that. Oh, get
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Well, what's interesting is that 80
that space.
That 80 with it is from 55 critics. That's it.
That's it. Nobody goes back anymore. Ever since the creation of the internet, like the internet was made in 89, but it was this is meant for the government. Mm-hmm. It's not meant for, everyday use. It's just meant to get from point A to point B, anything that's, too hot to handle. And then as soon as 90...
It was basically a database originally.
Huh?
It was basically a giant database originally.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And then in 92, 90, a little before 93 was when AOL and Netscape started spinning around and saying, "Hey, you can hook up your phone to this and connect to the internet."
So my mom's best friend from high school, her dad was one of the scientists that worked on the internet.
Okay.
So growing up in the 80s, her friends didn't understand when she would like, "Hey, I'm gonna call you," or they would call him and she'd be like, "I can't talk. My dad's on the computer."
Yeah.
That made no sense to them yet.
No. And then it was like, now it kind of does, and then it's like, now we live in an age where our phone is our computer.
Yeah.
Like,
we've still reached the point of I can't talk. I'm on the internet.
Yeah. Like,
stop calling me. I'm looking something up.
But
now, right, let me put you on speaker.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can do both.
Why are you calling me? It's 2020. No one calls anymore.
Yeah, you're right. But I am with the 90% on this. This is a very good movie.
Great movie.
I have
pace as well.
The pace is amazing. Even when I thought it was going to be like a very throwaway scene, it was actually super strong. It was when Denzel was going to the supermarket or the little grocer.
Yeah, the pharmacy or whatever.
Yeah, and he blows up.
Yeah,
and
we saw a lot of back and forth with his character that was very interesting, dealing with internal struggles on things. And stuff like that.
And then toward the very end, you're like, oh. So I do recommend this movie. I would show this to a lot of people. Hanks fucking kills it.
Mm-hmm. He had to lose like 30 pounds for that last courtroom scene, and they actually asked Denzel to put on a little bit of weight
Just so he
just
looks
to
smaller?
make him look smaller. And Denzel recalls like doing a scene where, or not doing a scene, but like being on set and having to eat a candy bar in front of Tom, who can't eat anything,
And
and shit like that.
You had mentioned that when I was like, Denzel seems like he's one of those really cool guys to just off the set. Just
what
to be
I've
cool
heard
with.
from people that have worked with him, not personally heard, but in my time of listening to podcasts, researching things, is that he's one of those guys that he just likes to be there, do his scenes. Like, I got to get this done. When the camera's not rolling, we're cool, but when the camera's on, we're here to work.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Has Denzel ever done a comedy?
none that I've seen. I'm not gonna say he hasn't, but I don't think I've ever seen a Denzel comedy. I've seen him be
'Cause-
funny in moments.
Yeah, like the him driving down the street in Training Day.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he was humorous, but he wasn't comedic.
Yeah. I mean, because I when I think Denzel, I think Philadelphia, Training Day, Man on Fire, Book of Eli,
Like,
The Equalizer.
Yeah, like I'm gonna actually look this up while we talk about our second movie, which was a comedy, Birdcage.
Birdcage.
With the late great Robin Williams.
So this one is kind of a remake. So it was a French play.
Yes. Steve, my security guard, told me to watch the original,
Okay.
and I was like, oh,
I haven't seen it. It's in French, I think.
Occasion Fall?
Yeah. So yeah, that's what it was. But it actually before that, even before that, had been like a stage play.
Okay.
And so interesting thing, Nathan Lane wasn't out yet when coming to do this movie. He'd already been big on Broadway, but he wasn't out as a gay actor yet.
So what you're telling me is a closet gay person gets cast as a gay person
Who has to go back in the closet?
who has to kind of go back in the...
Yeah.
That's some meta shit right
The interesting
there.
thing, he wasn't the original pick. Actually, originally Robin Williams was playing that character.
And who did you say
And
was
I
going to be?
don't remember who was playing Armand, but I think he had to drop out because of something else, like scheduling conflicts. And so when they dropped out, Rob moved over to Armand because he didn't want to do a flamboyant character. He wanted to do like the more butch, which works for the amount of hair on that man. And then Nathan Lane came in to play Albert. And Hank Azaria, he does a very feminine, almost stereotypical gay voice, and he'd come up with that voice for that character and went, I feel like this is too
much,
assuming too much, too stereotype. And he'd also had a butcher character, and he went to a gay friend of his and went, these are the two voices I came up with. And he goes, no, do the first one. That's more realistic. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
This came out in 96. This was in the midst of, the gay rocket, if you will. I don't really know what to...
I mean, people were starting to be more open.
Yeah, this is...
drag queens had really picked up and stuff. This is a drag queen place and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. And holy cow, this thing got nominated for a lot. This thing got a lot of award pushing.
I think it was pretty financial. Yeah, 185.3 million. So
how much did it spend?
Don't know.
I gotta go look.
IMDb will pull it up easiest.
Yeah,
right there.
I'll look it up real quick.
I love Nathan Lane, and anytime I get to see Nathan Lane in something, I get excited. And it's not just because it's like I grew up with him as Timon, but just because he's a fun actor.
Now I threw the one thing that I told him that I didn't like him in, and that was Mousetrap.
Yeah, I can't believe you don't like Mousetrap.
I didn't like Mousetrap.
Um,
They had fucking Christopher Walken be a more insane person than he already is.
Yeah.
That's very rare to say, and I didn't like that.
I don't know. I enjoyed the movie. It was another one of those ones I watched a lot as a kid.
Budget for 31, sold for 124, 4 times overall.
Yeah.
With a cumulative of 185.
I was gonna say that was just U.S. That wasn't even the full thing. Yeah. So the cumulative is the 185.
Wait.
So the first gross you said, the 124 was just U.S.
Oh no!
So
that's not. Okay.
Yeah, 124 million.
Okay.
And then worldwide, it grossed 185 million. Okay. So yeah, success. Almost. What is that like?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, a little over 5 times.
Yeah. So pretty damn good.
I
love it. I found out my brother's never seen it.
Really?
Yeah, so now I gotta make him watch it.
I would rewatch this. That was a fun movie.
Yeah, it was great. I suggest anyone who likes Robin Williams and
it's got a big cast.
Yeah,
big cast
Gene
for
Hackman.
a small number.
Yeah, I mean, really, the concept is the whole movie kind of goes down in one place. I mean, you see outside things of the people like traveling and whatnot, but
It's very small.
it's all kind of centric on this one home above the birdcage.
It's 3 locations. The girlfriend's
Family's
family,
home.
the birdcage with the apartment over the top, and the gym.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the gym.
That's it.
Yeah. Other than that, it's traffic shots.
Traffic shots or outside the club on South Beach.
I love how it was Florida, so I think so. Yeah, I think it was South Beach.
I think it is South Beach with the club strip.
Yeah. I love how much Nathan Lane's character breaks down throughout.
Holy
this.
shit!
Yeah,
every other fucking scene, but in a good way. This
I broke the toast. It was all great.
But Robin,
yeah,
holy
Robin
shit, man.
So what were the ratings on this one?
I think I saw a high of 80 on Rotten.
80,
which I'm gonna see what the users give it.
81.
And once again, only 49 from the quote-unquote critics.
Interesting.
We need to get our numbers in
I
here,
wonder
man.
if critics were standoffish because they were both gay movies in the 90s.
Maybe. Let's see.
So less critics went and saw it.
It doesn't so much champion diversity as celebrate conformity. Hello?
Someone did.
What conformity?
Someone didn't stay to the end of the movie.
What conformity is there for a gay person to act straight?
A glossy
miscalculation with
Nathan Lane and
Robin Williams? To give it a 50%.
I like the one above that. The birdcage is a scream. Just straight up fucking, it's great.
Let's go see what
the birdcage is a scream one was 2009. Some of these are 2014. Yeah. Oh, there's a 2020 review.
Hold on. I just wanted to find bad. What might be a surprise, given the talents involved, is how relentlessly unfunny it is. I put the un elsewhere.
Yeah.
But that was by TV Guide by some unknown dude. Gave it a 50 out of 100.
Yeah, 2 out of 4.
I
was laughing my ass off.
I enjoyed it. It had some really good, very subtle jokes that tried to lay out some groundwork, and then it got fed later on. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like a good stand-up routine, where you have the lay of the land, have it nice and flat, and say, here's what could potentially be used later. And then they use it. They cultivate it.
You're giving them drugs? No, it's aspirin with the A and the S scratched off. That's genius. I know.
Shows no reason why it had to be made again. C+. I mean, that's still a passing grade. I get it, but
yeah.
I just don't like the way that they were wording it, though.
I mean, I'm always a little weird. Like, they want to do an American remake of One Cut of the Dead. And I'm like, why? It works fine. You're not going to try to make that single take. There's no reason to back out and to go back and remake it as an American one. What, just because people have to read it? Fuck off. Read it, you know? But sometimes certain movies could use, the addedness of being in your country. Like, if it stands up for something. Birdcage is standing up for something. We need to see Americans, standing up for gay rights and whatnot. You know?
I mean, even if it was just the original and then, up-rendered, oh, wait, it's still in French and also with French actors and actresses? Okay.
I think it would have been harder to get people to see it would have been the issue, And this is something I feel needed to be seen.
Fair enough.
So...
and I mean,
what's with all these ones that just straight up don't say anything?
Yeah, the scores, and I'm just like, I kind of want to know the reasoning. Like, having a 4 out of 10.
I mean, do we really care what the person from the Palo Alto Weekly cares about it?
Unless they come out with an actual criticism, because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, as always, these movies, there's always people out there that hate them for no reason.
Yeah, and this is early.
So.
Okay. The result is a nearly flavorless 118 minutes, punctuated with a few hilarious scenes, mostly owed to the physical comedy of stage actor Nathan Lane. I don't think you understand the benefits of having Robin Williams' energy.
Yeah.
Even on the...
Maybe, what year was... Mrs. Doubtfire was after this, wasn't it?
No, before this.
This is in 96. When was Mrs. Doubtfire? One we will sadly not watch because we both have seen.
Yes. 93.
93. Okay, Mrs. Doubtfire was before. So maybe too many people were thinking, I'm going to get that again. I'm going to get him doing all of his voices and his characters, and that's not what this role was.
Yeah, maybe. Because what was Rick Age? 96?
96.
Yeah, maybe. But then again, I can't do that.
There
are very few things that I'll be like, if they keep bringing this to the table, that's what I'm going to expect. There are very few actors that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
With Robin, he was all over the place.
Yeah.
Because in 95 was Aladdin.
Yeah.
So in 95, you had him doing Aladdin.
You want to know something crazy?
Me?
Well, yeah. There was talks, and it was actually kind of used to get Jack Nicholson to take the role. They kind of led Robin Williams on, let him think he could be the Joker in the 89 Batman.
Oh.
And then later on, there was talks of him being Robin. Not Robin. That would have been hilarious. Him being Riddler, which would have been kind of cool.
I would have liked that, too.
I think Jim Carrey was a decent pick. I think he just needed to...
For the campiness of that one?
Well, yeah, because Schumacher went super camp. But I think Jim Carrey now, where he's done serious roles and reins himself in depending on the role and whatnot, I'd like to see him do it again. I'd like to see a murderous enigma from him. So, tonight's movies. We'll move on to those. Tonight we are doing... two Guillermo del Toro movies, not Hellboy 1 or 2, because we've both seen those plenty of times. We're doing Pan's Labyrinth and The Devil's Backbone, which I think we'll probably watch it The Devil's Backbone, then Pan's Labyrinth, because that's the order they came out in. Devil's Backbone was 2002, Pan's Labyrinth I think was 2006 or 7. Pan, he won 2 Oscars for.
Really?
Yeah, neither for directing, but still, he won 2 Oscars, and then the art department won an Oscar. So...
Ad break?
Yeah, ad break.
Ad break. So, Geek Grind Coffee's got some very strong sales right now. Buy 2, get third coffee free.
And strong coffees.
And then let me just hit that enter button for those who are... Oh, no, I hit the enter button. Oh, okay. Oh.
Enter button.
There we go. You click that link, hit up the code, geekgrindcoffee.com/uglymugs with the code DOUBLESHOT, all one word. And you'll receive that third coffee for free.
Buy 2, get third free is a pretty damn good deal.
Especially with their coffees are already pretty fair priced for their what is it, free trade?
Yeah. And then if you go in and you don't want to do, I was gonna say, if you don't want to do the cold brews, there's plenty of regular, but I didn't realize that Wizard's Mist actually isn't cold brew, it's just the light. So the ones I would suggest out of what we're looking at would be the Dwarven Dawn, the
Elf.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, hold on. Elven Enlightenment.
Yeah, and then the one on the left's not bad too.
Dragon's
Roast. Yeah, that's the darker one. Those 3 are pretty good. If you are a light roast person, though, the Wizard's Mist isn't bad. So, our code for the listeners on the podcast will also be our link. Will also be in the description.
Yes, just in case this happens to be over, but you still want to support us.
Yeah.
Because this one's ending, I think, tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So tomorrow on the 14th of
14th.
August.
Apparently, I still have controls up. There we go. What do you want to move into? Gaming? Shooting?
You know what? Let's start with a bit of shoe news.
Yeah, we'll do some of that.
Boop. Oh, wait, let me close out of that. So
Go away.
Go away. So...
Don't do the music. You interrupted yourself. Do the music.
But shoe news.
There you go.
All right. Now
you need a soundboard.
I have a soundboard program. I could go and get it. But on a more serious note, I like Coke. I like cherry Coke more than regular Coke.
We're talking cola.
Yes, cola.
Okay, it may be episode 80. It is not the 80s.
You're right. But these look really nice. They're Chuck Taylors that have the Coca-Cola insignias on both sides.
They got the distressed look too.
Yeah, the little frayed edges. They look like they're just canvas that just kind of got haphazardly cut and then stitched.
The cheap bastard to me that doesn't want the stuff to break is sitting there going, I gotta burn those with a lighter so that they don't fray further. And then it's like, no, it's design. It's design. Don't burn it.
Cherry Coke is good.
So yeah, you got regular Coke, which is the red and white. You get the vanilla, which did like a different white color,
Like
and
a
then
cream.
yeah, and then did the red wording. Thank you. And then you've got what is that, like a blue?
It's like the blue with the red accents. It's supposed to be the American colors because Coke considered themselves to be America's drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume that's why it's the blue one as well. Cherry Pepsi makes me want to punt it down the street. Now hold on,
That's coming from Cross in the chat.
Cross. Now hold on, I actually don't mind Cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi, it's super sweet. It's good for like slushy variant.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't mind making it into a slushy, but I mean I'll drink it if it's there. Cherry Dr Pepper. Now hold on, we can have that all day.
Yeah, I love Cherry Dr Pepper. As for Cherry Pepsi, I'll drink it. I enjoy it. And I'll drink Cherry Coke as well. I don't like vanilla Pepsi nearly as much as vanilla Coke.
Same. And I will have vanilla Coke with, ice cream. That's the Coke float that I enjoy because the vanilla accents the vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, I aim for root beer when I do a float.
I just don't like root beer.
Yeah, it works well for me with vanilla ice cream.
But these ones release on August 15th.
So 2 days.
So yeah, 2 days from now, and I believe they don't $140.
Yeah.
A little bit pricey, but then again, you're paying for the ad space, I guess.
Yeah.
We need to have a long discussion on where this relationship is going. I accept it on the very few lines of it's got to be frosted proper. I mean, sure.
No, I don't mind Cherry Pepsi. I'll drink Cherry Pepsi.
Okay. Earlier we had Adidas from Ninja.
Yep.
Now we have more Adidas from Ninja.
This really screams Ninja to me.
This screams Ninja.
They are very blue.
They're very blue. They're very, very flashy. They look like water shoes.
A little bit. They look very rubber.
They look very rubberized. They look like they can insulate a lot of electricity. But I don't mind them.
No, it says Time In and Ninja on the Aglix on the laces, and Time In on one of the tongues, and then Adidas on the other tongue. Yeah, that's right. I know the name to the thing on the end of the shoelace.
Sure. These I believe I saw for $180.
Do we know when these are releasing? Are they releasing with the other ones, or
$180 and
nothing about a release? Interesting. Are they already out? Adidas's website doesn't want to work.
New arrivals. Well, there's
that is ugly.
Jesus Christ!
Look at that.
I mean, I like the coloring. It's just they're cleats. What am I supposed to do with cleats?
Look at the way it comes up.
Yeah, I like that whole blend though. We're getting off track.
Yeah, we don't have a release date on the Ninja ones. They may already be out. They may not. We're not sure.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. I'm gonna check the very bottom real quick.
Nope.
Nope. It just says upcoming. So we'll.
All right. Well, keep an eye. We'll keep an ear out, an eye out. As always, thank you to Sneaker News for having the prices and everything for us, though, and plenty of images to show the channel.
Oh yeah. We are always gonna thank you for these nice nerd shoes.
And then we got one more.
We got one more that I just kind of want to briefly gloss over.
Okay.
Just it has nothing to do with, I mean, mild pop culture, considering shoes are technically pop culture.
Yeah, people collect them. It's a collectible.
So, let's say your son, daughter, both make something and you want to throw it up on the fridge. But what if you were a shoemaker? Would you throw them on your shoes?
I mean, I might. It depends on, how crappy the drawing is. No.
I mean, that's what one shoe designer did, pretty much. Took their 2 daughters and a son type of art styling and threw it on a very nice looking sneaker.
Yeah, they actually look nice. The only thing I don't like is the little doggy, but
I mean, I'm sure that these patches can come off.
Yeah. But it's actually really interesting.
There's the insole.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Bunch of like unicorns and rainbows and a fish that says "nice job" and stuff.
Yeah. And then that's the box.
That's a cool box too.
It's
like watercolor tie dye type of thing.
Yeah, and I mean the shoe itself looks super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Super nice.
They're calling it "Girls at Work."
Okay, so it's just the daughter's portion, but they kind of threw the son in because I think he's just too young to kind of help out. But even still, I love this design.
Yeah, and it's a fun little story too. Do we have a release on these or anything for anyone that wants to support this? August 20th.
August 20th, but it's just details. They are not going to be released on August 20th.
Oh, okay. So,
I mean,
yeah, 7 days there'll be more information.
Yeah.
I think they're cute. I think they're cool. I could definitely see people wearing them. I wouldn't, but you know.
I would. I would be probably the latter of the thinking, just because I enjoy color. I enjoy vibrancy.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be just right down my alley. I might, however, remove the
the patch things.
Yeah. It's
so. Well, they're fun though.
Yeah. Where are we moving?
Well, let's hit some. Yeah, I got some news here.
You got some news?
I got some news.
Okay.
So DC Comics.
Yes. Not my favorite, but I'll still listen.
Well. Oh. Hey.
White, black, and gold.
We got some more bits going on.
Yes.
So DC Comics just went through and fired off around 600 employees, including the editor-in-chief Bob Harris. Yeah, he just took his glasses off, put them down, picked them back up, put them back on.
600 employees?
Yeah, while also clearing out the majority of the employees that run DC Universe's streaming service. Yeah. So
I'm hoping all 600 move over to Marvel and make something great.
Because, Image, IDW, anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, I hope that if any of you happen to hear this later on, I hope you have found yourselves in a better position than where you were.
An interesting thing, Rob Liefeld, the guy that created Deadpool.
Yeah.
I like him. He can't draw feet.
No, that's why he draws like that whole the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style.
Yeah, I guess
it's just the four that are connected with the one big toe.
I got some images to show you where he's desperately hiding the feet. It's hilarious. But he's a little eccentric sometimes with how he mouths off towards companies. He's been very mouthy towards Steeped a little too much.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of caffeine. Okay, go ahead. Continue. You were saying it a little bit too much.
Yeah, he's been very mouthy at Marvel. He's been very mouthy at DC. But
he's a man who speaks his mind.
Yeah, sometimes some of the stuff he's speaking, I feel like
he's out of his way.
Maybe.
Okay.
But neither here nor there. About 10 years ago, he did a whole thing on why he thought DC Comics was going to fail.
Oh.
And now here we are at this. Okay. He says there's a lot of mismanagement in the company. Okay. And talks a lot about how like Warner in general runs DC. And now we've seen this. I had an issue with DC Universe when it launched. We're going to do the streaming service. We're going to move all the DC stuff, the movies, the cartoons, the TV shows, all of it to one place. We're also going to include comics there. And we're going to support the community of cosplayers, but we're going to lock behind the paywall of the streaming service as well. Oh, by the way, our streaming service, not available on all platforms. We'll get there eventually.
Well,
well, we've launched, but we're still not on all platforms. We'll get there. Okay, we're starting to get on more platforms. And then there's things like, Swamp Thing came out and we canceled it.
I still want to see it. Like,
yeah,
as soon as it rolls over to something else that I can watch it on.
It's on DVD now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll probably watch it somewhere down the line. I'm sure it'll be out and about.
And then Doom Patrol's doing well.
I've heard.
Now, Warner's turned around and launched HBO Max. HBO Max also isn't available on all platforms.
That's right. That was just because of mismanagement, as far as I recall.
Still isn't, and now they have shut down HBO's app because of confusion between HBO Max and the HBO Go app. And my argument is people aren't confused. You just want people to go to HBO Max to watch their HBO Go subscription and then be tempted by all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So they have now officially killed the HBO Go app.
We ran into this last week, if I recall.
But still have not gotten HBO Max on all platforms. So I can no longer watch HBO upstairs because HBO Max is not on my streaming thing upstairs.
Your Roku?
My Roku.
That's right.
But and they ended Go. So I can only watch HBO downstairs on either my cable box or on my Xbox. Unless I move my Xbox upstairs, which I'm not doing.
No. Too much caffeine? That's blasphemy. I'm on my 10th can of Pepsi tonight.
Oh, okay. You'll drink regular Pepsi, but you won't drink cherry?
I mean, wait. I will make an argument. I enjoy all sodas with the cherry, the actual cherry liqueur. What do they call that shit called? Grenadine.
Yeah, I like grenadine.
I will fuck.
I will make my own.
Sugar. Woo!
I will make my own cherry. Yeah, what is it called when it's a Pepsi? Because that's not a Roy Roger. That's So I think that's 7-Up in Grenadine, or Shirley Temple. There's a name for it when you do a Pepsi and Grenadine. But I'll do that. I normally do that around like New Year's. I don't drink, so it's my special little thing. You know?
Yeah. I drink, so I just drink straight.
So Doom Patrol's doing well, so they moved that over to HBO Max because DC Universe is struggling.
Okay.
So now Doom Patrol's at HBO Max because DC Universe is clearly struggling. Oh, also Harley Quinn's TV show and Titans just changed their Facebook pages to just say DC's Harley Quinn and Titans.
So you think
DC's Titans. So I think they're going over to HBO Max as well, clearing out almost all of the HBO streaming, not HBO, all the DC Universe streaming service staff like that. I think DC Universe is done. Terrible mismanagement, dude. They've been canceling comics like crazy too.
I mean, yeah. You got to figure, if you're going to lose 600 employees, how many of those are really good writers that are writing amazing works that are just now? I'm sorry, guys. What are they? With all the money that they've made over the last 20 years, we'll say 20 years, with all that money, with all that excess income, over under comics, movies, shows, what have you.
This is the same company that can't decide whether or not their cinematic universe is connected because they release a bad movie and panic.
To be fair, that's going to be more along the lines of writer-director conflict.
I mean, at the end of the day, who's writing the checks? Warner Brothers, make a fucking decision.
Make a decision. You're right. But then again, I would say if you update it a little bit more and push toward a revamped Batman animated series. Not like Bold and the Brave. I'm talking the 90s. The good one. Well, I can't say that. Bold and the Brave was good too.
Bold and the Brave was good, but Batman the animated series, I know what you're talking about it. You know.
If you brought that back in the same dark, gritty style, give me some pistols. Don't say, oh, we're going to hide the pistols. We're going to hide the guns. No, showcase what we grew up with. And then I guarantee you might start seeing a little bit more notoriety. Because with Warner Bros. Right now, they're saying, oh, we're going to revamp Animaniacs for today's times. I'm like,
I think Hulu bought that. I don't even know that. I don't know if that's actually being run by.
That's fine and fair, but Warner Brothers is still running it.
Are they? Because Hulu's doing it. It's through Hulu. I don't even know if Warner Brothers actually owns it. I don't know.
The Animaniacs?
Yeah, I'm wondering if Hulu bought it from them is what I'm saying. I don't know if it's actually Warner Brothers. Because Hulu's the one running it, and Hulu is mostly Disney and Fox now.
You're right.
There's a small percentage of other companies that own Hulu, but it's really Disney and Fox, which is also Disney.
So you have the Warner Brothers and Warner Sister, who live in the Warner Tower, that aren't going to be in there.
Maybe. I don't know.
What is going on?
To be fair, it's Spielberg also who does most of his work with Universal. He did that show, which was interesting.
And he did Freakazoid. And I can't be mad at Freakazoid.
Yeah.
Freakazoid is probably one of the greatest shows. I just hate that it only had 2 seasons. Because ratings! Even though it did pretty good. That makes me wonder. Because if it is going over to Hulu, you're right. It is Disney.
Well, the revamp is a Hulu original. They come back. I just don't know.
Because literally, in the theme song, we come from the Warner Tower.
Yeah, that's the old show. I don't know if the new show's going to have it. I'm just saying.
I'm just super saying. It's really
I'm not
weird.
finding anything on here.
All right, we'll worry about that.
It just says assets owned by Warner Media, but that doesn't, I mean...
They could be doing a handshake behind the scenes.
Yeah, they may. I mean, look at how many films film on the Universal backlot that aren't Universal films. You know? Either way, some weird shit's going on there, and I'm wondering if we're gonna see DC Comics say fuck shops and go full digital or not. I mean, this is the same company that just had this huge fallout with Diamond Distribution and whatnot only a couple months ago.
I don't think they're gonna live.
I mean, I don't think we'll see the end of Superman and Batman. Obviously, that's still gonna be a thing.
But digital, nobody wants to buy digital.
People are buying digital though.
Well, okay. People like you. You like your physicals.
Yes.
I love my covers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my covers to be on my computer.
I do read digitals. I have paid for Comixology Unlimited. I've claimed some digital codes. They're nice for when I'm laying in bed at night and I want to read something until my eyes get heavy. But at the end of the day, I like my long and short boxes. I'm a short box. I don't really like long boxes. But
same. I have my one short because you got me into the it's in that closet.
It's in the other room.
The other room. Whatever. I have my short box for the first time, and I have all my Punisher War Zones. I've got all of it.
I've got framed comics. I've got signed comics.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and have someone sign my iPad.
Yeah. So my iPad that has your one out of the 3,000 things.
To be fair, it's also not an iPad.
But your statement stands. It's just the thought of going full digital in a world that wants both. That's not smart.
Well, and there was an argument. So, the guys that do did Comic Book Man.
Okay.
One of them, Michael Zepka, I think that's his last name. They did a podcast and whatnot, and he was talking about digital. He's like, where does the ownership of that comic end? Where at how much do you actually own that comic now that you've paid for it? Because he knows people that actually take their comics, take them apart, and leather bound them, which is a really weird, interesting thing to me. They do entire runs and they leather bound them. And he goes, are they legally allowed to print their digital comic up and leather bound it? Where would
the legality be? Like, I would say it would be the comic distributor, so it would be Image, DC, Marvel, whoever owns
the
it.
intellectual properties of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a thing a couple years back about a guy that bought a bunch of movies on Prime, and then Prime lost whatever legal things like licensing it was. He had bought those movies. He lives in Canada, but they lost the right to those movies in Canada, and they just fucking took his movies. He owns these movies digitally, and they're like, well, if we get the licensing back, you'll have them again. And it's a whole fucking thing. I think there was a lawsuit and everything. But yeah, there's which is why I don't like digital for movies either. Like, I claim digital codes, but I buy digital movies, but things where it's like, oh, if I were to lose it, I'll go and buy the $5 copy at fucking Zia or Walmart or something. I still do my collector's box sets and stuff like that. My Marvel movies, I own my physical copies of because I don't trust that they're going to always be there. You know,
yeah.
It's a weird thing of like, how much do you actually own something when you don't physically own it?
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, the only thing that I think that is digital that's over under as far as is like Voodoo. Like they haven't lost anything yet.
Not that I know of, but
because it's you own the physical. Here, own it digitally through our little thing that just kind of saves yours.
Well, and then the connection. Then I have Movies Anywhere connected, which also then puts it on my other things. So everything I own on Voodoo through Movies Everywhere is also on my Amazon Prime account.
So there's no problem.
Yeah. Unless one of those companies loses licensing, which hopefully then it would only lose it on one platform, not multiples.
Yeah. So it's basically you own it through here. We have the license for ages. Don't worry about it. That kind of thing.
So now they've just fired all these people.
Yep.
We may be losing the streaming service and having it all go over to HBO Max, which I would actually like, honestly, because I have HBO Max through
and you don't have
a friend that was nice enough to get it for me. And because I told her, I was like, I'm not going to pay for it. She's like, oh, what if I do it? And so I have HBO Max right now, at least for now. I never got unlimited because or DC Universe because I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm not going to pay for another streaming service that I can't even watch in half my house.
No.
So I'd like to see some of the stuff come over. But DC just announced DC Fandom, 24-hour event this Saturday.
Okay.
I think it's this Saturday.
Okay.
It's their virtual convention since Comic-Con never happened.
That's fine.
And there's like 6 different worlds where you'll be able to go in on the website and talk to people and watch panels. And they're going to have they're going to have cosplay contests, and they're going to have these things where like artists are there talking and whatnot.
All right, hit me with the negative then, because this sounds...
It's free. There's no negative. But you just fired 600 people, and now you're telling us, come look at our company.
What company with the 600 people that's not there? This is a foolish mechanism. I would have said at least wait until after this convention.
Right.
But then again, I would have also said don't fire the 600 people.
Yeah,
because...
I get with the pandemic, companies are hurting and whatnot. But they're owned by fucking Warner Brothers.
You should be fine.
Stop acting. I've never understood why companies do this. Oh, DC is losing money. DC can't. You're owned by fucking Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
You're making fucking killings off of Lego games. You're fucking making killings off of fucking cartoons. You're making killings off of fucking toys. Yes, the paper comics, their prices fluctuate. But when people can't go and fucking buy them, and when Diamond doesn't want to fucking deliver them, To be fair, the painting doesn't count.
I'm not counting the painting.
Okay.
6, 7. So that's 7. Well, I'll say Aquaman 8. That is 8 DC things that we have in this room that is just off of glancing.
9, 10, 11 over there.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going full round room, but I'm just saying, if we had to be in a mindset of, oh no, they're hurting because nobody supports us, bitch, look around this room. Like, I'll admit there's more Marvel than there is DC.
Well, that's because most of it's just Spider-Man.
But because, he's a Spider-Man fan. Like, if I had half control of this room, I would probably throw some of my Punisher posters up.
So, I mean, not that you don't have half control. It's just that closet's still full of posters we haven't hung.
That's true.
The concept of, like, the paper books, they're not doing great. I get it. We've seen a local comic shop close, sadly.
It's just so frustrating.
But yeah.
All right.
Moving on to the next story.
You want another disappointing story?
Let's go. Let's do it. Fuck it. I've got another disappointing story too.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. So we'd already done our research on this, but we're gonna use IGN here to give you guys some images.
So there was a video.
That's not the video.
It. Damn it.
That's the video.
So 1984, there was a Macintosh versus, I want to say, other styles of.
I remember the commercial. I don't remember what they were fighting against.
It was break the conformity of what your computer can do.
Okay. I just don't remember who was it. Microsoft? Was it Gateway?
It was
the fact that Gateway ever existed is hilarious.
Yeah,
that was our first family computer.
And then the fact that they made this.
Mm-hmm.
They made this.
So yeah, Epic Games was defied the Apple Store. Has defied the Apple Store monopoly in relation. Apple is blocking Fortnite from billing devices. Join the fight. #free Fortnite. On top of that, Google just followed right behind and did it. So the whole thing is they have the V-Bucks. V-Bucks?
V-Bucks.
Okay. They set up a way for you to buy V-Bucks for your mobile game without buying it through the Apple Store or through the Google Play Store to make V-Bucks cheaper, because there's a fee for currency for games. That's how Apple makes money off of the free games. They charge a small fee. And so how Google makes it, they charge a small fee on all the little microtransactions. So they sold V-Bucks a different way to get around that and make the V-Bucks cheaper.
Correct. The other thing is you can connect your PC account to your mobile account, so you can activate them through your PC and just use them toward your mobile account. So it's like, that's kind of a loophole that's been there.
Mm-hmm.
But they're now saying you could just kind of just have it on there. Doesn't matter.
So this is actually the second hit that Apple has taken in mobile gaming recently. Remember when we talked about xCloud?
We did.
I don't know if we covered it on the episode, but you won't be able to use the xCloud on Apple products.
Nope.
Because, and this sucks because I have an iPhone, because they want each game to be submitted individually for review, because that's their terms and services. Goon says Apple deserves all the shit hitting the fan.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have an Apple. Okay, so yeah, here's the old Macintosh commercial. I have an Apple. My phone's an iPhone. I like it. I like the things it does that all of my friends with Androids doesn't do. Yeah, not just you. Trust me, I've got plenty of friends that are like, fuck your Apple. My Android's better, and then they can't do half the shit I do, and I'm like, it's not better. They both suck in their own ways. In
their own ways, because it's like, I could plug a set of headphones into mine. Can you?
Not a regular set, unless I put the converter on.
Yeah, and it's like, you need a converter, haha. And then I'm like,
I can do high definition videos. I send them to you. Android Auto fucking decreases the quality.
Yeah.
Also, it sometimes won't let me send photos, or cuts down the length of videos. So, who was it against?
So this is Apple. Against, I guess, just other computer people. Like, I guess there was others. So, my 1984 won't be like 1984. That's a very strong thing, even though in 1984, what the fuck happened in 1984? Just computers were being the clicky clacky
Well,
things.
there was a point where fucking Mac launched a computer that if you didn't use all, not Mac, Microsoft launched a computer where if you didn't use all Microsoft shit, it wouldn't run basically, and they got in trouble for monopoly and were forced to change it. And there was a whole fucking thing. You had to use like all of their programs and whatnot on that computer. It couldn't run other shit type of stuff.
Gotcha.
Goon also says, honest opinion, I don't think Steve Jobs dying made a difference in their quality. I don't think Steve Jobs had nearly as much to do with the company in those final years as we thought anyways.
No, he was more of their...
He was a face.
He was one of their faces. He did do a little bit of research and development, but even still, you're right.
When a company becomes that big and you accept that much money from other people, you stop having control of your own company.
Correct. And, I mean...
It's like when everyone tries to say Bill Gates runs Microsoft, and then Bill Gates doesn't run Microsoft.
He was a COO?
Something like that. And now he's not even that. So he's completely stepped down from the company.
Steve Jobs?
No. Bill Gates.
Oh.
Steve Jobs is dead.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Who's Steve Jobs?
Like my boss.
But yeah, but it's not just Apple doing this. It's Google Play, so that's on Android as well. So while Apple's taking 2 hits because of the Xbox thing and this, Androids are also taking the same hit with not allowing not microtransactions, but Fortnite, because they won't allow the microtransactions. So, odd question, but does Apple Mac commercial a reference to the 1984 book by Orwell? It might be. That's probably what it was. I didn't read 1984.
I kind of want to, judging from these covers.
Oh, Orwell was fucking crazy. I loved him. He was great.
I will have to take a peek at this, because this seems like it would be my big old cut of Big Brother's watching you kind of stuff. And there's always someone who's right behind you, whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
I love that.
I mean, that's the reality of it too.
You want to get more depressing, or
I've got a depressing.
I don't know if it's depressing. Is this depressing? Would you call this depressing?
No, that's not depressing.
Okay.
It's partially what we're asking for. But I have a depressing. If you want to hit one more depressing,
one more depressing before we
one more depressing. Let me get my notes back up because I have a screensaver. Okay. So I remember we were excited for this. Netflix live action, The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah. Everyone walked away.
Michael Dante DeMarto and Brian Konietzka?
Sorry, I'm walking away from the project.
The creators of the original series announced on Wednesday that they had left the project. DeMarto penned a blog post while... I can't say that the guy's last name. Kentaziko took to Instagram to announce their decision. So... To be clear, this was not a simple matter of us not getting our way. Kenzico says, Mike and I are very collaborative people. We did not need all of these ideas to come from us, as long as it felt the ideas were in line with the spirit and integrity of Avatar. We would have happily embraced them. However, we ultimately came to the belief that we would not be able to meaningfully guide the direction of the series. And then Michael talks about it. Netflix live-action adaptation of Avatar has the potential to be good. It might turn out to be the show many of you end up enjoying. Hold on, a little bit more of his quote. Okay. But what I can be, be certain about is that whatever version ends up on screen, it will not be what Brian and I had envisioned or intended to make. Go ahead.
I just want you to remember that this was attempted once before. And when that attempt happened...
They didn't use these guys either.
It was a fucking slosh house.
I also want to remind you that this is the same company that made that live-action Death Note. So...
Suck it up, pee-pee!
A Netflix spokesperson released a statement, though. We have complete respect and admiration for Michael and Brian and the story that they created in the Avatar animated series.
Oh my God.
Although they have chosen to depart the live action project, we are confident in the creative team and their adaptation. And there's that fucking word I hate. Adaptation. So in short,
Goon mentions, I wasn't going to hold high hopes for another live action Avatar project. I'm right there beside him. Like I just mentioned it. I didn't read it until just now, but I'm right there beside him. We had one shot, and it was M. Night Shyamalan's fucking Avatar.
And it was whitewashed.
It was garbage. It had a few pretty okay scenes, But it could have done the whole thing like that. It didn't.
Now, here's my question.
Go for it.
M. Night Shyamalan, the
Night
guy that has done nothing but make movies from scripts he came up with, is
Night
going to do an adaptation. Concerning, right? He hadn't even directed someone else's script that I know of. He had always done his scripts, and we're going to have him go through and completely move a cartoon into one fucking movie?
Well, hold on. Well, it was supposed to be book 1. It was supposed to be the 4 books.
Oh, okay. Well,
Now, I feel like Avatar would make a great musical. Hold on, they actually had an episode about that where Aang was like,
hey, I'm not finished.
Really?
Yeah, I'm watching it for the first time.
It's filler episode.
Okay.
Somewhat filler episode.
Yeah, I'm watching it for the first time. I think, officially saw the sister for the first time. Fire Nation.
Oh, Azula.
Yeah, we finally saw her for the Grey Dallas, or whatever her name is.
Her and Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents.
Mhm.
Same voice actress.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Great.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, no, she's great.
Yeah.
She also did Daphne for a bit.
Did she?
Mhm. I like her Daphne.
Oh.
I think it was Mystery Incorporated.
Oh.
So yeah, that's my other sad news. I don't think I have more sad. I might have more sad news. It was a very sad news week.
It was very sad. I mean, Wilford Brimley passed away not too long ago.
Yeah,
but
we're still reeling.
yeah.
Okay, that one's good. That one's good.
Eh.
That one's good. Good.
Good.
Oh, that one's kind of annoying. That one's annoying.
Well, let's do
Okay.
annoying.
So, Control, we talked about it. It's got its new DLC.
We did.
And now they're doing the Ultimate Edition, which will unlock or include the free upgrade to Series X or PlayStation 5. So if you buy the Ultimate Edition with both the DLCs on your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox One,
Okay.
you will get
the upgrade
the port for the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5
Okay.
if you buy Ultimate Edition.
That's fine.
So if you own the game right now, you do not get the port.
But if you get the Ultimate Edition upgrade,
No. If there is no Ultimate Edition upgrade. You
get-
must buy Control Ultimate
Oh.
Edition.
Mm.
So if you own the game
Mm.
and you own those 2 DLCs already,
Doesn't matter. You
go
can-
fuck yourself.
Okay. That is annoying. I'm sorry. I thought there was an. Usually with games right now, there's that Ultimate Edition upgrade that kind of just says, "Here's both the DLCs. Here's the expansion pass. Here's a couple of cool."
That's what they did with Hitman.
They did with the Borderlands. Borderlands 1, 2, and 3 had it.
Oh shit! I bought the game of the years of those.
Yeah. That's,
Well,
I
not
mean,
3, but 1 and 2.
That's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just they never really pushed up. Also, Goon ass diabetes guy died.
Yeah, that was about 2 weeks ago.
A little under.
Yeah, we mentioned it a little bit last week. Yeah, he passed away. I guess he was deteriorating. They had to put him in ICU, and it just wasn't good.
Was not good.
You know, but hell of an actor though.
Oh yeah.
We just watched him in The Thing.
That is correct.
I swear to God, if more movies, like more celebrities we're watching start dying, we're gonna have to cancel movie nights. Everybody huddle around Doug Jones because we're watching a movie with him tonight, and I don't want to see anything happen to that man.
Ooh, I don't either.
Knock on wood. All right, my other annoying thing. So Xbox Series X is confirmed for November, which is good.
Good.
In time for Black Friday. Of course it was going to be.
I mean, I just don't know if it's gonna hit like as big as. I think it's gonna be.
It probably
you pay full price, but get this game.
Yeah, they'll probably throw games or controllers or something in.
Yeah.
However, Halo Infinite has been delayed until 2021.
That's fine.
It was supposed to be a launch game for the
I
Series
know.
X. So, head of the studio, Chris Lee, made the announcement and published on social media on their blog. He states that it's multiple factors, the ongoing COVID-related impacts. He noticed. He noted that they don't want to rush it for the holidays. They'd rather give us a good game.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Because
Yeah.
you gotta admit this whole COVID thing.
Really threw some wrenches.
It's a lot of wrenches and a lot of spokes. You've got literally movies that are wanting to be made right now that are having a really tough time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, I guess we can throw it to the streaming service. Mulan did not do well.
Well, there was also a lot of
just people not wanting to watch that, too.
people already didn't want to watch that. You said no Mushu, no singing. And I do believe at one point there was no Mushu because we want this to be more realistic, but they have a witch that turns into a bird. But yeah, so there was already reasons people weren't going to see that. Then there was in the added fact that there was some misinformation out there. It was announced that you could rent the movie, but it was going to be $30. That wasn't the case. It was $30 to own the movie on the streaming service.
And that's fine and fair, but with all that was already taken away from it, I feel bad for the actresses and actors that were a part of it.
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure the actors came out and said some fucked up shit too on like Twitter and stuff.
About the movie, or
not about the movie. I
just
think in general. I think it may have been related to what's been going on with the protests. I don't quote me because I'm not 100%.
I'm not either, but
and we're not going to go dig into that. So yeah, that's it for bad news. I got one with it. Neither one of us really gives a shit about, and then just the regular stuff. Okay. Last of Us 2 is getting an update that's going to include permadeath.
That's a very strong one because
But for a game that we really don't care about, that was my thing. Like, oh, permadeath. I'm not going to play it anyways.
I mean, permadeath in a game that is as tough as nails as I've heard Last of Us 2 is. If they added a permadeath variant to Last of Us 1, I would have been like, who?
Yeah. I mean, there's a permadeath on Batman Arkham Origins, though.
I mean,
it should be on all games, honestly. Well, all games where you die.
Yeah.
It's on fucking Doom.
It is one of those that one bad move and you have to start from the very beginning.
So I've been playing Fallout 76 a lot.
Oof.
And my friend James tells me, he goes, we should do a permadeath run. See how long we can go. And I went, on an online game?
No.
With other people that can walk up and shoot us in the face. Unless I start paying for Fallout first, we ain't doing permadeath.
Yeah,
ain't gonna happen. And I don't even know that I want to pay for Fallout first. I want servers that are actually private. I think they fixed that.
I think they fixed it too, but it's a little too late in my opinion.
They get some pretty cool shit with it.
Oh, I've heard, but I've also heard that that's still having the sinkhole issue with putting items in your box and they're just disappearing.
If it's going on in first, maybe, but I don't experience it in regular.
Permadeath is optional and always welcome. Yeah.
As an optional and always welcome thing, I love. Like, I think it should be on every game, optional. I mean, in permadeath it was on not 76, New Vegas. Mm-hmm. I want to say it was on 4. I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. It should be on both the Last of Us games. I'm just saying, Last of Us 2 didn't really pull us in. So yeah, this is the other thingy. This is the other good thingy.
Goon, I'm glad you're here.
S.
I think I've got
just S.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So
look at him. He looks like the Punisher. What he would be right now. I don't know what the fuck that thing is.
So they're saying Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern time we will get the full reveal.
Yep.
So jump in and check that out, see what's going on. August 16th, 11 a.m. What was that?
11 a.m. Pacific.
Okay, 11 a.m. Pacific, at 2 p.m. Eastern. Goon says, oh, hell yeah, Sam Fisher coming to Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah. Now, what I love is the article I was reading about this straight up said, Ubisoft's dormant Splinter Cell franchise. Can you even call it fucking dormant after this much time?
I know, right? But so we're getting we just got the latest, I should have sworn it just came out with the last 2 operators, but we're getting 2 more. We're getting Sam Fisher and another one called Zero. So I don't know who Zero is going to be. I'm going to be super happy, unless that's his code name. But I mean, if this is another one, I'm excited. I'm always down to see new stuff. Yeah.
Oh, we got another cheer. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Cross, for another 10 bits.
So Goon says, time for you to play Blue Screen 6 again. Tell me about this.
Okay, so whenever we would play Siege, about maybe 1 or 2 maps in, if that, his whole entire computer would blue screen.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I need to make a text message real quick because it was a food.
Oh, okay. But, and not just 1 or 2 times. He would launch the game and it would blue screen. Launch the game, blue screen. So he would have to restart his computer each and every time. Yeah. But there was something I wanted to mention.
This is the other reason why I game on console. Because they can't sit there and tell me it's that I don't know how to build my PC.
Okay. What if I told you could play on Grandpa?
I can't even get Grandpa to run Chrome anymore. Grandpa's dying.
Grandpa's dying. Okay.
I need a computer because it's getting difficult to do work. Yeah.
Okay, but what if I said early Grandpa?
Okay, then that would be cool.
Yeah. So I tested this out. Goon tested this out for me. So you can do this right now. You can play this right now on Code PC.
Okay.
It is your gaming library available through a streaming service, just as long as you have the internet power to do so.
Okay. I have decent internet in this house now that I fixed it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's literally any game you own. It acts as if you are at a internet cafe.
Cool.
You sign in with your Steam.
Okay, so that brings up a whole nother thing. Remember Internet Cafe. Continue. Sign in with your Steam.
Sign in with your Steam just to say that you own the game. You're playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I played Rocket League.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking seamless. It was great. And I was like, okay, I'm having some fun. I'm doing some good flips. Got 2 goals on some hard AI. I was like, okay, that's all I wanted to know. So I said, let's try a little something more extravagant. Ark.
Okay.
I popped into a single player. I started doing some looking around. It's a pretty fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't think I could play this on Ultra, but their computers can.
Okay. So basically, their computer runs it and sends the images to your computer and then reads your controls and sends it back to their computer, but through high-speed internet so that there's little to no lag?
Very, very minimal.
Okay. We should brick their computer by playing Anthem on it.
Shit. I don't know if they'll allow. I don't know if they'll allow the Uplay. Is it Uplay? No, what's EA's Origin? I don't know if they'll allow Origin playing through right now.
Goon says, addendum, don't stream on Discord while playing. What's that about?
Okay, so I was trying to showcase.
Oh, by the way, this is GeForce Now from
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA.
I forgot.
We never even said what we were talking about.
I'm so sorry. So yeah, NVIDIA GeForce Now, you can it's free. The only downside is you have 1 hour playtimes. So basically like you were at an internet cafe.
Gotcha.
But you could pay $5 a month. Unlimited usage, and it turns on RTX on all of the games that have RTX. So
that sounds pretty cool.
So you gain like super shaders. You can gain all this, that for $5 a month. And I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, so that's $60 a year for just as long as you have a computer that can run a streaming service with internet that can do it. And the streaming's not going to be that taxing.
Okay, so hit the Discord thing, and then I have another question on this.
The Discord thing is I tried streaming it while I was using GeForce Now. It was a little boogie.
A little boogie. Do you think that was a Discord thing, or do you think that's GeForce Now?
I think it might have been a little bit of both, because I was trying to play a very weird game. It was Wildlands. Okay. And Wildlands was giving me a little hiccup here and there, but I blame Wildlands.
So go back and try to get it with a different game.
I think I might.
And then also try it with a game on Twitch and see
if it'll stack up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Test them. And we come back, talk about it, and let people know what we think.
But the only downside is Goon tried doing it. He tried doing a little bit using a lesser end PC with a lesser end internet. Mm-hmm. He said PC was running fine. All the game was running fine. It's just his internet was a little bit taxing to him.
We need to send Goon some fucking fiber optics or something.
Oh no!
Relay his town.
Yeah, I know, right? Just fucking do it myself.
Says do it with Arc 2 MB internet, baby.
Well, do it with Arc is what he's saying for the first part, but he has 2 megabyte internet. Like his internet is baby.
Okay, you got to tell me where Goon lives. Off air, we won't out him. Yep. But I want to know what terrible fucking town this is.
Oh, it's an okay town.
Because I've got a friend that lives in fucking Missoula, Montana, and runs better shit than fucking Goon.
Yeah. Oh, I was just saying.
It says Alabama, baby. Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense. We'll leave it at that.
But I mean, I'm excited to see more from this. Like the fact that you can use this for free, just as long as you play under an hour.
And then $5 if you want unlimited.
$5 unlimited.
Goon, I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking Alabama.
Alabama. Wait a minute. Do not attack Alabama.
Well, they kind of do it to themselves. Have you ever seen, the GIF from the Babadook where it's the mom yelling back at the kid and the kid something? Yep. There's one where it's the U.S. Why can't you just be normal in Alabama? And the eyes are all moved around. And it says inbred screeching.
But here's all the games. Like I'm just
that they cover.
Fast forwarding.
So there's some games that they won't allow.
Anything that is allotted by the NVIDIA insignia, such as Borderlands 2, fine. Okay. Borderlands 3, not fine, because AMD is what's backing Borderlands 3.
Gotcha.
So it's one of those
Interesting. That's still pretty cool.
Okay. So I was wrong. Uplay, Epic. Let's see, is Origin on here through any of these games?
To be fair, Origin sucks balls.
You're right, but I'm just trying
the concept that I pay for EA Access and that does not translate over to my Origin account is crap.
I concur. I am right there beside
It will
you.
continue to be crap.
I don't see it. But even still,
So, Goon says all I have to add is TGFM. Thank God for Mississippi. You can gamble on the river.
Yeah. So not even Borderlands 2 is on here on this list, but I mean, even still, it's a huge library,
and I'm sure it's going to grow.
Oh, it's going to definitely grow.
Once people hear more about this, they start making more money. They'll start striking some deals.
Oh yeah. And here's the other cool thing.
The other.
Okay. Let's say you want to do some recordings, right? And that's already a difficult thing to do, and you're just wanting to start off. You can fucking use GeForce Now to do recordings.
Nice.
Without microphone.
No more buying fraps.
Yeah. But even still, they allow...
This is coming from the guy that bought fraps
10 years ago?
9 years ago, about.
Yeah, fraps wasn't...
And has never done anything more than like 2 records with it. And it was on a computer that is long gone. Please, that thing's long gone. Yeah. He looked back at it like, well, it's still here physically. No, it's long gone. I had another question.
Internet cafe.
Oh, internet cafe.
Yeah.
My buddy James is talking about the fact that internet cafes aren't a thing in America anymore because his dad's in Panama. And he's like, Panama has internet cafes. It's so weird. I haven't seen an internet cafe in years. I'm like, dude, you used to live here. I drive by multiple internet cafes. They've just become gaming cafes. It's the same fucking thing.
It is the same thing.
We provide you an hourly service that you pay for on a computer because you can't afford to actually do the thing yourself.
Or budget provide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So, in the past it was, I can't afford internet or I can't afford a home computer, so I go and I use their internet or their computer.
All right.
Now it's the same thing, but it's kind of gone from doing school research and sending emails and chatting to gaming. It's the same concept. We can call them cyber this, cyber that, gaming this, gaming that. It's a fucking internet cafe. It's just been rebranded.
Right.
It's the same fucking thing.
It's pretty much the same shit.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah, Rainbow Six Siege, GeForce, all kinds of good stuff there. Let me check anything on food.
Yes, because food is important.
22 minutes. That sound like doable?
Yeah, we can be real quick, couple movies, one of which we literally had an actor in.
Yeah, so a new Robin Williams thing. I've got the first documentary that they did right after he died on my DVR.
Okay.
This at first I was like, and then I saw his wife actually did it, and so I'm kind of interested.
Yeah. I liked Robin Williams. I began to think about like what movies did we not like him in, and then I was like, was he in anything bad?
Okay, so yeah, there was discussion of was he in anything bad, and I said yes, but he was not the problem.
No,
the film was. I didn't like 1 Hour Photo.
1 Hour Photo was a great psychological downpour of a gentleman who wanted to do better but had no ability to do so, and it explained it. The fact that he pulled out a halfway through the movie, this son of the woman pulls out, has an Evangelion unit, and he's like, "Oh, Evangelion." I'm like, he pronounced it correctly.
Well, Robin was a gamer.
Yeah, I know, but I was just like, but anime though, I don't know if,
yeah,
I don't know if he could have been a fan of that. But the fact of the matter that he was like,
yeah. I mean, how he named his daughter Zelda.
I wouldn't have been surprised if that was his own figure.
Yeah, probably not. I probably wouldn't be surprised.
Probably not. But then you also mentioned World's Greatest Dad.
World's Greatest Dad. Yeah, again, he was great. I understood the message the movie was sending. It played a little weird. Oh, you're yelling. Yelling at the chat. Okay. So yeah, it's called Robin's Wish. It's set for this year, and it's a documentary, and they're delving into what they found when they scanned his brain and everything. So interesting stuff.
I hate both of you. They're both singing Kill la Kill's thing.
I have not watched that one yet.
go in with the expectation of fan service, but leave with an actually good story.
Okay, well, I'm already watching Food Wars, so.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, you're right.
I mean, good story. Fan service.
Yeah, it is. It is like 80% fan service.
Dude, the fucking beginning of the episode was practically hentai, so.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on to the other movie.
The other movie, which has Robert De Niro and Christopher Walken. Like, I was like,
This looks fun.
this looks very fun.
It's based off a book. I haven't read the book, but it looks fun.
But Robert De Niro
yeah, I mean, he does
playing
comedy.
a senile old man.
Not senile, just...
he's yelling at a computer.
I yell at those fucking things.
Fair enough.
Granted, everyone says I'm an old man, so...
Oh.
And, you know, I would probably hit the mailbox if it was in my yard.
Yeah. And,
Wait, it is in my yard.
Oh, yeah, it is.
As far as I haven't hit it.
I mean, you, to be fair, you back in. You don't go forward in, so...
I do that because I don't bottom out that way. Quinn, you are a senile old man. But he can't even spell man. He's calling me senile.
Mana.
Also, you have Cheech in this.
Yeah, you got Cheech Marin. You've got what's her name? Wiggle your big toe.
Is that actually her?
Yes.
Uma Thurman?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I just forgot her name.
I only got a quick glimpse.
But it looks like some pretty good prop humor.
Yeah.
Everything looks fun. It looks great.
I bet you anything critics gonna rip it apart.
Why? Because it's not The Irishman?
Yeah.
Fuck off. I hope they don't. I honestly hope they don't. Because you've got 3 old, very, well-rounded actors. And then you've got a whole bunch of up-and-comers. And I don't...
Yeah, but that's not allowed. Everything has to be Oscars. It's just how critics are. So...
oh my god.
Yeah, this was a good scene, go watch the trailer. It looks fun. They're saying fun for the whole family, which tells me that they're not going to go too crazy on some of the jokes and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
I think I will too.
So, this reminds me of the bucket list of 2007. I feel like this is going to be less heart-wrenching than the bucket list. Because, that bucket list still got pretty serious at points.
Yeah.
So. Let's go ahead and I got a couple things before we hit your bundles.
Yeah.
So
bundles big this week.
We're gonna be doing voting for Pokemon Go again. Their community days are coming up starting for September, October.
I actually debated on downloading it again because I'm the place that I work at is now a gym.
Sweet.
So I'm just like,
well, and you can earn the coins now by putting a Pokemon in the gym. You can only earn 50 a day, but you can earn the coins now, so you don't actually have to spend money on the game.
And it's every hour. So literally, while I'm sitting there, I'm just like, boop,
yeah.
boop, boop.
I got back into it because my buddy asked me to. And what are you? What team did you pick?
Yellow. Instinct.
I don't know whether.
Valor?
I only know mine. It's Mystic. It's blue.
I don't know. I'm the yellow because I like the doofy look that the yellow guy had.
Goon's right. Sometimes those movies do hit hard at the end.
Oh yeah.
And he says Instinct for life. So you were right. It's Instinct. But while you're looking that up, so the vote, you can choose between Porygon, Caterpie, Grimer, and Charmander. It's believed that it'll probably happen whatever one wins will be September, then the next one will be October, and so on.
Okay, hold on. I was reading this. Okay, I was reading this whole entire thing. Initial release date, this developer that. Yeah. Max speed, 6.5 miles per hour.
Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck?
That's probably for the "Are you a passenger in a vehicle" thing.
I guess. I don't. It's the fact that it's there.
Yeah. Now people are saying Porygon is the only one of these that doesn't have, what was it? Porygon does not yet have a shiny, so it'll be released when they do these community days probably. Also, Porygon is the only one that needs a special item for one of its evolutions, which is the Sinnoh Stone. However, Charmander would need something for a Mega Evolution, which have been hinted at but have not been released. So the voting for that, I think, is going to start within the next couple of weeks because they need it in time for September.
Oh yeah.
And then you're a streamer, kind of.
Kind of. I'm getting into it.
I'm not, but I like the concept. I like when companies do this. So Call of Duty Warzone is doing drops from the 12th, so it started yesterday, to the 19th. People who watch streams for 1 hour will get the Smoke Up sticker. For 2 hours, we'll get a 1 hour double weapon XP token. For 3 hours, we'll get the Big Bang animated calling card. And for 4 hours, we'll get the Blast Check weapon charm. So basically, you as a streamer, stream it, activate drops, which there will be a little marker. Make sure you check for the marker and make sure you're not just watching someone play, because if they don't have the drops are enabled marker, then you're not actually going to get the drops.
Okay.
But yeah, people for watching your stream, and it accumulates, they can watch several streams and it all adds up.
Yeah.
Get the chance to get these things. It's a good way to boost things for streamers, like get people to look at them.
Same thing for the entry for Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
You had to watch a stream for an accumulative amount of time. Like, some people got it within an hour. Some didn't get it until like 3 days later, which bit of a problem, bit of an okay.
It probably wasn't. People weren't checking for the drop. I bet you anything that drop thing was probably a thing.
Maybe, or some just were very unlucky. I don't know how that worked.
Yeah,
I got in, I played one match, and then it went free like 2 days later. So,
and they say that this is working for Warzone and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And so they say to make sure that you have your Call of Duty account active and linked to your Twitch. They even suggest relinking it to be on the safe side.
That's fair.
And Goon said in the chat they have battles both for gyms and like battling each other, and also Team Rocket Go and whatnot.
I want to be Team Rocket.
Furthermore, you can trade Pokemon now too.
That's okay. That's a plus for me.
Well, I've got shinies I'm sitting on in case anyone ever has anything good I want.
I just want my Aggron.
And then my last thing here, and then we can hit your couple things.
Yep.
There's a big update for Final Fantasy XIV.
Yes.
The latest patch, the base game, A Realm Reborn, has had its main scenario quest cut down by about 13%, they say, for the fetch quests.
Yeah.
It's also on a free trial version of the game. The free trial has been expanded. It used to be a level cap of 35, and now does it all the way through Heaven's Sword expansion, which is level 60. So you get to play the expansion and get all the way up to level 60.
That's not bad. For free.
Yeah. You get to play all of it without subscribing or paying for it. However, there are certain things, like the market board and some social features that are being left out. That's mostly, Square Enix says it's mostly to prevent botting.
That's fine and fair. I'm curious if you can get to the event hubs during Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they call their little Halloween area, but there's a lot of really fun mini games. There's it used to be called the Chocobo Races, but there's a variant for it for the Halloween that actually has like a little bit of a nice mini game where everyone's playing at the same time. I would like to see more about that.
No, the problem is it does not cover for people that have already started, like already bought the game in any form. Then you will need a subscription to play if you've already purchased the game. This is purely for new people.
Yes.
But they've also made there's a dragon boss, I guess, that his attacks have been known to kill the crap out of newbies.
Yep.
They've made his attacks more visible.
Oh, good.
They're easier to see. So no more newbie crushing. Which would be good for someone like me.
Yes.
So that's my stuff. Go ahead and hit your bundles. Bundles everywhere.
Bundles everywhere.
Good way to end it. Let's do some charity.
So, we have here. Let me reload this so that I can get the link. Boop. Boop. So, Quincy and I like reading.
Yes.
We both like comic books.
Which is hilarious because I'm dyslexic.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. So, through that one there, using our partner code, gets you some really nice comic books and regular novels. Gets you Tekken, Dishonored, Assassin's Creed, a lot of Assassin's Creed, Evil Within, and then for $8 you get Little Nightmares, more Evil Within, Sea of Thieves, Mass Effect, and the first issue of Bloodborne. Oh hey, guess what? $15 gets you the whole rest: God of War, Gears of War, Wolfenstein, Watch Dogs, Life is Strange.
I've never even seen the Watch Dogs comics, so that's actually really interesting to me.
Yeah, let's take a quick peek.
Load that PDF, damn it.
Load that PDF. So, I mean...
Ooh, interesting art.
Yeah, very nice looking. Showcases what it's doing, how it's portraying itself. And this seems like it's not going to be in the States.
No.
So
It's kind of nice to see what DedSec is doing in other areas. So
yeah, good. Bloodborne.
well, yeah, he went fucking pool nuts there.
Yeah, use my code if you're gonna purchase it, please. Thank you.
So I think the Bloodborne one you said is
it is
early on.
It is the 8 for the first issue for the trade for the first one. I love the art of this. Oh my god.
No, I was more talking like where the story is. It's like towards the beginning of everything.
This one I think is just as soon as Yharnam literally falls into it.
Okay.
Like this is beginning of the game where you're playing as the new hunter.
Gotcha.
But the art, oh look at that. That is nice. And then you see like the beast within as soon as you this is actually hold on. These are when you already have your insight. So maybe a little bit
Maybe the comic doesn't follow the same rules a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's still gonna be a story to tell.
Hacking and slashing though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of story that could be told, considering we never had much of a story to begin with.
How much do we have to hit to get this whole thing?
8 for the first trade, and then 15 for everything else.
And you get some big books in there too.
You do. You get the full volume 1 and then issue 5 of Life is Strange. Life is Strange is already a very interesting one, and it follows Max Caulfield. So if you've played the game, it's gonna.
I haven't finished 1 yet. I'm still playing it, but I have 1 and 2.
Yeah. Toby Tower. Oh, there's a discussion in the chat. I was like, what?
Okay.
But there's that one, and then a second one is for Killing Floor, which helps out one of my favorite charities, Charity Water.
Mm-hmm. You're probably going to buy this one.
Huh?
You said you were probably going to buy this
I was probably going to buy it just for the extra stuff and give away everything else, because there's some of this stuff I already own. Stream giveaway maybes. I already own most of this stuff. I already own Killing Floor 2, so I don't need another copy of it, but paying $15 for the digital deluxe upgrade and a few pretty okay looking stuff.
I like the Christmas stuff. I'd go slaying shit as Santa.
Yeah, and I mean, I like the headshot. I hate you.
I
was like going like this. I hate you.
Slaying shit as Santa.
I don't. It's not supporting Tripwire if it all goes to charity. You can literally select everything going to charity.
Make sure it's a silent night.
Yeah, because like as soon as you hit, let me see. Let's say you're doing the full 15. Oh, it doesn't allow you to. Oh, choose where your money goes. There it is. And you can just say everything charity. Oh. You do not have to give any to Tripwire if you do not want to.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so help out a charity if you're honestly wanting to help out a charity.
I mean, $15, guys. It's not that much.
Tripwire kind of has a bit of a hard time keeping up with updates for consoles, same as Payday's developer. I can't remember the name. But
I mean, $15.
$15 for a very, very.
And this wouldn't go console anyways. So
it did.
No, I'm saying the bundle.
Oh, the bundle. You're right.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Not the game.
You're
right. I know the game's on console.
Yes. But you are right. This is all for the PC release, and I mean, it's still not a bad game.
No.
Overkill.
What I've seen.
And then finally the Humble Bundle Monthly. Holy cow! So
some good, some bad, some interesting.
But you get the whole thing if you buy it.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
You get all 12 games.
So, Vampire. I agree with those 8.3, 8.5, 8.9, 8, 8, 9. Vampire, Vampire, however you want to say it. I fucking love the game. There's a movie that does it with the Y, and they still pronounce it Vampire.
That's fine. I'm just giving you shit.
Hello Neighbor, whatever. So, I played Hello Neighbor. I didn't enjoy it.
Neutral. I'm probably going to give that one away.
I threw a wrench at the ground because I didn't need it, and it launched me over the wall, and I escaped. I don't know the next one. That one's
Wargroove. If you've ever played Advance Wars.
Nope.
It's similar to Advance Wars, but it has a little bit more champion select kind of thing. I like it. It's a good tactics game. It has a little bit more out of this world kind of thing. Call of Cthulhu. I like the beginning. The middle was a little bit of a go stand in this area and wait until
Do this.
Yeah,
Now do this.
Now do this.
Now
And
do
then
this.
the ending kind of picked it right back up.
I'm still interested.
Yeah. I mean, for $12.
Yeah. Little Big Workshop.
Little Big Workshop is a nice little data management type of thing. I was okay with it. Genesis Alpha 1 is okay. Team 17, the guys who made Worms, made Genesis Alpha 1.
Interesting. Chat's asking, how was Vampire? I never really had heard anything about it. It's good. I play it on console. My console is full, so the load screens are a little slow. That seems to be purely my console. His load screens aren't the same. He didn't play it as much as me. The mechanics are really interesting. Not killing people is an option, but doing so makes it to where it's harder to level your character up.
It's like
but
Dishonored
you get the better story.
It's like Dishonored with better choices.
Yeah. Also, it's easy to fuck up. I screwed up and they brainwashed someone and turned into a fucking monster.
Oh, oops.
Yeah. The story's really good. The powers are all very interesting. The world is nice. It's set during the Spanish flu in like parts of London. You're a doctor by night. You're doing everything by night because you're a freaking vampire. I love it. I kind of want to see another one of these from them. I've played other games by the same company, and their other games are good, but I liked this one enough that I want a vampire sequel. Like, it doesn't, obviously, if they would do a different character, but I still want to see what it is. And there's different kinds of vampires, there's different kinds of weapons, all kinds of shit.
You're right. If they do sparkle, that's a problem with certain vampires. But Genesis Alpha 1 is a nice little first-person alien shooter. This kind of reminded me of, what's that game that just came out not too long ago? In short, there's one where you're just kind of going through these like hallways full of aliens and you're just killing them off, trying to escape. I like the look of it. It's pretty good looking. Automa Chef is you're in this room where you have to make food using conveyor belts.
Interesting.
And like one thing adds a thing, the other thing cooks it. But sometimes it's in a place that you have to kind of like figure out the puzzle way of handling it.
So it's kind of like Pipes, but with food.
Kind of like Pipe Dream, but you have to have it go through a very specific path that you gotta orchestrate. Through the Darkest of Times is a story revelation through literal Nazi Germany that does not shy away from any of the Nazi paraphernalia. It is a hard grip. I've heard this one actually offended a few people.
Interesting.
So be aware. Speaking of offending people, American Fugitive State of Emergency is kind of like that top-down Grand Theft Auto, but with a little more zaniness. More zaniness.
Miami? What was the game? Miami.
Hotline Miami?
Yeah. That kind of top-down?
Very similar, but you don't die in one hit. And you can literally like take a cop car, strap on a minigun on the side, and just go nuts. It's a weird one. The Coma, this one's the sequel. I played a little bit of the Coma 1 and got freaked out because certain scary games hit me a little weird, and the Coma 1 kind of got me because it's
interesting looking art. Yeah,
it is a lot of the gurgly noises that you don't know where they're coming from kind of thing, and I was just like, oh, no. I ain't doing that. This one doesn't really seem that far different, but this one seems like it's a lot longer than the first one. And Goon and I have played this. We were here together. We enjoyed it. It's just I hate that they're only giving one of a 2-player game. If they gave a 2-pack of We Were Here Together, I'd be like, go for it. But the marionette, yeah. Or was there a clown? I know there was a marionette, but I don't remember the clown that you're talking about.
Can we do a zoom in? Because it's cutting these off.
On these?
Yeah, they can't see the rest of the games on it, so I'm saying, can you zoom in on the...
Yeah, I can do that. The jest, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, a little bit further. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, We Were Here Together, and then A Case of Distrust. This one's all text-based. It is a private investigator in the 1926, I want to say, is trying to find it's not even, I don't even think it's a murder. I think it's just a small case that gets blown up into this big proportion that has another case underneath it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, pretty big run. How much is this?
12 if I'm not mistaken.
It's worth it along with Vampire.
Yeah.
I'd pay $12 for Vampire again.
And I think they might have fixed a little bit of Call of Cthulhu. You'll like some of the scenes that are in Call of Cthulhu. I'd recommend it. I'm probably going to play Wargroove and maybe even a Thomas Chef. Other than that, everything doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah.
This is a pretty...
I think Hello Neighbor is probably the downside of this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's all we got for you guys. So, as always, follow me on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter. Follow the show on Twitter. Like, subscribe, review, tell a friend, tell an enemy.
We're getting a lot more views, we've come to notice.
Yeah, our numbers are up, and we're appreciating the love. But do us a favor and make sure you go through and do some ratings for us.
Yes.
Rate us on iTunes, because that kind of gets us out there a little bit more. Yes. That's how you get on those like lists and stuff.
I'm sorry.
The chat killed you.
The chat got me. Goon kind of just said, "I'll take the dog out," and that's pretty much all that he said.
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Why'd the coffee call the police? Because he got mugged.
Okay. Okay. That one actually got me to smile.
I'm gonna make it a fucking chortle at one. Bye, guys.
Bye.